Hi, this is Chris Hyde with The Progressive Soul. If you've been watching the news lately, you've probably been paying a lot of attention to what's going on in our nation's capital. And specifically, yesterday, our president referred to himself as an extremely stable genius. Now, there are not a whole lot of people that would refer to themselves as geniuses, but this president does. And as you know, that is not the only time that a comment like that has come out of his mouth. And if you are like most people in our country, you have probably realized that our president is dealing with some very narcissistic tendencies. And so when a lot of people think about narcissism, they point to Donald Trump and they say, boy, there is an example of a narcissist. And that is so true. But not everyone who is on the scale of narcissism ends up to be just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is at one extreme end of the scale of narcissism. And there are actually people that we come into contact with regularly who are somewhere on the narcissism scale that kind of appear to be semi-normal until you get to know them a little bit deeper, until you're in relationship with them. Maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it was your parents. There are a lot of people that seem to function quite well in our society, and yet when you dig a little bit deeper, you can see that there are some tendencies that they have of being extremely narcissistic. And those tendencies may not look like just inflating themselves and making their egos look really big and patting themselves on the back all the time. But a lot of times, the narcissism comes out in a lot of different forms. It comes out in subtle put-downs, ways that they make you feel like you're going crazy, even though you really aren't. They get you to question yourself. Maybe they say something and then a week later you bring that up and they say, oh, I never said that. It may be that you notice that they have absolutely zero empathy for what you're going through. It may be that they frequently steer the conversation to themselves rather than listening to what you really have to say. There's all sorts of ways that narcissism comes out, and sometimes it can be extremely toxic. It can cause you to second guess yourself. It can cause you to feel like you have very low self-esteem. And in the worst cases, people that have really experienced tremendous narcissism in their lives, they begin to develop a false self and feel like they can't really be themselves for fear of what the narcissist in their life will say to them. And so what I'm going to be doing through this video channel and here on my website is explain more about narcissism. And my goal is to help you to break free of the narcissists in your life. Of course, I'm available for coaching, and my specialty is helping people to escape from really horrible relationships, narcissistic relationships, and to develop the strength to be themselves, to love themselves, and to live the lives that they want. So I invite you to continue to tune in here, and I will be putting more videos in over time, and walk with me on this journey of really understanding what narcissism is all about. And it may just be that it provides an opportunity for freedom in your life. Again, my name is Chris Hyde, and this is The Progressive Soul.